Hello and welcome back. First, let's review what we went over in Lesson 1. We discussed some basic terminology. The staff, the bar line, the measure, time signature, and the clef. Next, we went over 3 kinds of notes and rests. Whole notes, which receive 4 counts. Whole rests, which are held, which is silence, for 4 counts. Half notes, which receive 2 counts. The half rests, which are held for 2 counts, which is silence. Quarter notes, which receive 1 count. And lastly, the quarter rest, which is held for 1 count. These are all key ingredients and components of reading music. If you are not familiar with them, please refer back to Lesson 1. This lesson covers 8th notes and a few more things essential to reading music notation. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the time signature. The 2 numbers included give us a lot of essential information. The top number tells us how many beats or counts are in one measure, and the bottom number tells us what type of note gets the beat. When the bottom number is a 4, it tells us that the quarter note is assigned to the beat. So in translation, using simple math, if we have a measure of 4/4, this tells us that there are 4 beats to a measure and the quarter note gets the beat. So our quarter note is our assigned unit of measurement, the beat. If we have a measure of 4/4, then we can only have the equivalent of 4 quarter notes in one measure. Simple, right? Yes. Let's take it a step further. What happens if we have the time signature of 2/4? The 2 tells us there can be only 2 beats in a measure. For example, 2 quarter notes. What if we have the time signature 3/4? The 3 tells us there can only be 3 beats in a measure. For example, 3 quarter notes. Okay, last one. What if we have a time signature in 5/4? 6 beats to a measure, right? No, just 5. You're getting good at this. Next, let's look at 8th notes. Up until this point, we have dealt with full counts, meaning 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, we will start to divide up those counts. The 8th note gets a half of the beat. We count it like this: 1 and 2 and so on. Notice the single 8th note has a flag. When 2 are connected, they are barred together like this. So let's put the 8th notes in context. Now let's draw this another way. Both of these measures are the same, just written differently. Let's practice. The example here has a full measure of 8th notes. We count the full measure as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. For the exercise to come, let's count all the notes and spaces, but we're only going to clap the rhythms. For example, In this first exercise, we have solid eighth notes. Notice we will count and clap the full measure of eighth notes. It sounds like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Simple, no problem. So now let's go to the next example, and let's make it a little bit harder. Again, we will count all the notes and rests, but only clap on the eighth notes. It sounds like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, it is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now in our last example here, we're going to mix up the quarter notes and the eighth notes. Again, we will count all the divisions and only clap where there are notes written. It sounds like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so keep up the good work, and remember that consistent practice plus a little time each day will get you reading music in no time. So go to onlinedrummer.com or completepercussion.com and download the free Lesson 2 exercises. Complete the assignment according to the instructions and continue to the next lesson. Thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel so I can keep you updated when new posts come out. Thank you. I'm out.